Hi, this is Deacon John Wilson here. You know who I am, Education Enrichment Director for West Angeles, talking to senior parents about the college decision. One particular aspect of it I'm interested in today is the proper evaluation of scholarships, because that can be a difference in what school you'll pick. There's a couple of issues with scholarships I'm concerned about. Number one, that you read it carefully. A lot of times people will tell me they have a $12,000 scholarship or a $20,000 scholarship. And I've come to find out it's what it really is, how could I say this? A yearly scholarship for 3,000 times 4 is 12,000. And they actually didn't see that in the letter. So you want to really be sure. I can tell by how it's sometimes presented to me. And I ask, is it for 1 year or 4 years? And they have to check and they realize, oh yes, it's only for, it's divided by 4 to find out what it is per year. And that's the entire award for the whole time. The second concern I have is, do you know what's required for your student, or if you're a student for you, to keep your scholarship? There always is that requirement. And colleges are not required to tell you that up front unless you ask. You should ask, what will it take to keep the scholarship? Because you can get a big scholarship from one school that may tip the balance for you to go, but you have to have a 3.5 or a 3.8 to keep it. And though you may do very well your first year, very few of my students have that kind of GPA the first semester. Some do, I would say about 20 or 30%. So a lot of students that have A's in high school don't continue with straight A's. They may end up that way in college, but not at first. They could have a great year, but not get a high enough GPA to keep their scholarship. So I want you to really make sure you know the terms of the scholarship. Third, now really stop invoking the term free ride. Because you get free tuition, for example, it's not a free ride. You still have to pay for room and board, so it's not a free ride. You could say free ride tuition, I suppose, but if you're going out of town, that's really irrelevant. You're gonna have to come up with 17, 18, 19, sometimes 20,000 more for room and board. And that may not be anything easy. And a lot of times schools who give a tuition scholarship won't give anything else. They're not schools that do need-based aid, so why should they? So have that in mind as well when you're evaluating these scholarship awards and considering which schools are better. And then fourth, I suppose I should mention the trap of a lot of money for a scholarship. Some will say, oh, wow, so-and-so school gave me $30,000, $40,000. But like I said a minute ago, if the school is 80, you still owe another 40. And then that leads to the problem of going with the school that has the highest scholarship. Hey, they gave me more money than anybody else. I never listen to that. I always want to know, how does it affect the net price of the school? I mean, one school could give you $4,000 and they already were only $25,000. That's a great scholarship. It puts you down, right at $20,000, which is going to be lower than any private school. But if that's the amount you're paying for room and board. And it's more dramatic than that. You'll see school giving 8,000, a school giving 40,000. The one that gave the 8, you owe less for the school than the one that gave you the 40. So really do that math and make sure you know, which as a final reminder, make sure you know the direct costs of your schools. Google the school and direct and total costs, and then pick out the tuition, room and board, add them together. And that's what you'll owe for school. I have more I could say about this, but I tried to focus only on scholarships. Perhaps I'll focus on some other aspect of decision-making for your schools. Thank you very much, parents. I hope that helps you. Bye-bye now.